Today we're recapping my 4th year as a real estate agent. Stay tuned. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having an incredible day. If you don't know, my name is Aram. I'm a real estate agent here in the Chicagoland area. And in this video, we are recapping my 4th year as a real estate agent. If you haven't seen the first one, it's my most popular video. I'll card it up here somehow. Go watch the first one, then the second one, then the third one, and then come back to this. And that way you'll have a really good picture, a good idea of everything I've gone through from day 1 of being a real estate agent to year 4 of being a real estate agent. My anniversary day was March 1st, and it's currently March 10th that I'm filming this video, and I'm super excited. If you enjoyed this type of content, if you like this video, please hit that like button for me. It's like right there somewhere or right there somewhere. Leave a comment with your feedback. Tell me how your year went, or if you haven't gotten into business, tell me what I have shared with you kind of resonated you with the most while you're watching. Ask your question. Whatever you leave in the comments, you're getting a reply from me. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's get down to business. If you've seen the first 3 videos where I recap my first year, second year, and third year, I went month by month explaining exactly how everything went. I was planning to do the exact same thing, but since I just did my 2020 recap video, basically there's not much to recap, right? You already know how my year went. It started from March of 2020. That's when I got my first sale of the year. And then the last sale was in, I believe when I did recap, end of September, beginning of October. And then so far this year in March, before March, I think I closed 3 deals. And in March, I closed 2 deals, right? So far we have 5 pending deals. And I'm in my 4th year as a real estate agent. So what I want to go, the direction I want to go with this video is, I want to demonstrate the growth, right? The changes, the learning experiences, the mistakes. I kind of bundled them all up in one video so I can kind of summarize what happened the first year, what happened the second year, what happened the third year that led me to my 4th year and then beyond, right? That's the direction I want to go. So let's start with the year 1. For me, year 1 was a huge learning period for me, a huge self-transformation, because I went from being a night owl, not making a lot of money, not understanding sales, not really knowing communication well, not reading at all, really just being a child, 100% being a child. But being in this business had forced me to, develop myself, my skill set, my abilities, et cetera, et cetera. So the first year was just pure hard work. I was not working smart. I was just working hard. 3 hours a day of cold calling, and I was a little bit miserable. By a little bit, I mean I was very miserable my first year in the business, but I was so hungry, I couldn't see the misery, right? I just wanted to succeed, and that's what the first year was all about. Cold calling is the only way that I figured I was going to get business because I was so young. And a mistake I made, I think, my first year that I wish if I could go back could result into a lot more business for myself is, number 1, I overvalued my value in the marketplace, right? Overestimated my value in the marketplace. That cost me a lot of deals. And second of all, I didn't care about my appearance as much, which is a huge mistake when you're young like I was. I was 21 years old when I started, right? I look back at some of my stories, my hair is off, I'm wearing garbage polos, my presentation is just not there. And when you're already 21 years old, you don't want to give clients any reason not to hire you. You want to make it so easy. It's like a brain dead decision to hire you. So that's a mistake I definitely made my first year. My second year, I dealt with a little bit of, I don't want to use the word burnout, but it was just I got so sick and tired of doing the same thing every day. I wanted more variety. So second year, I started exploring my options. This was huge for me, right? I started thinking more of a business. I started really switching to that thinking long-term type of mindset, and that helped me a lot it forced me to dive into social media. And that's how we get to where we are today, and I'll explain how all that happened. Middle of my second year is when I really got into Facebook, Instagram, and I was so blessed that literally 2 weeks into trying to get business off of Facebook, I actually got a listing client, right? A really good friend, we reconnected, his dad wanted to sell. It was incredible, and it basically demonstrated, hey, there's money to be made through the social media networking angle of the side of the business. So that's when I was introduced to that, and off to the races we go. However, some mistakes were made where I put my foot off the gas pedal. You guys already know this. The pipeline dried up. Come year 3, it was a lot of recovering from the mistakes of year 2. So the second half of year 3 was incredible. I think I made like $50K just in the last 6 months of the year, and I made zero money the first 6 months of the year. That's no way to run a business, because all I did was rack up my debt. So even though you made $47,000, $50,000 in those 6 months, the interest I was paying, the loans I had to get, it was not a good situation. And I hadn't peaked yet, right? I was just going through learning as I go. I had started a YouTube channel, and that has taught me to like make videos, et cetera, et cetera. That was year 3. Year 3, I was also doing cold calling as well. Year 4, I started year 4 with a lot of cold calling, right? Year 4 was the pandemic year. And when the pandemic hit, I was home all day. I did even more cold calling, right? I stayed away from the content. It was all cold calling, which I think in retrospect, huge mistake, because that's not how I want to build my business. And that's what I realized. Why have I been building a business that I hate? I said this in several of my videos. Yeah, if you guys are starting in real estate, build the business you're gonna enjoy doing long term, right? If you don't enjoy doing open houses every weekend, don't build a business based on you doing open houses every weekend, you know? In my case, it was the cold calling. So my 4th year, it really forced me to go through this inner process discovery period where I'm just like, why am I not as successful? Why do I, like, when I get to a certain level where I have like 15, 20 grand in the bank, I seem to get a little bit lazy. I'm not as hungry anymore, right? What's going on here? And that's because as soon as I didn't have to do the things I hate, I would stop. For example, unless I absolutely have to, I can't drive Uber, right? Even when I'd make a commission check and it would make sense for me to make an extra $1,200 this month, I wouldn't do it unless I needed that $1,200 because my account was at zero. So that's like the mindset I was in because I didn't enjoy the things I was doing. But now it's a little bit different. Towards the end of my 4th year, I said, hold on a second. I have a lot more skills, talents, and abilities than just cold calling strangers, right? I'm a very likable person. I know how to communicate, and boy, do I dress well now. Ooh, we fixed a lot of things, folks. And, just in the course of these 4 years, I kind of learned a lot about business, learned a lot about myself, and then learned a lot about how to structure my day that is suited for me, not having to listen to like, okay, that guy did this, it worked for them, I'm going to carbon copy it. It's not perfect for everybody. That's why some methods work for some people and they don't work for others, right? So I really set myself down. I learned who I am, and it was, you have to be very self-aware. Like, I know I'm not the type that's going to be doing follow-up. It's a mistake I'm going to continue to make because I hate it. So I need to figure out a way where I could stay in touch with my database without having to follow up all the time. Social media. And this year, I upped the quality game. My 4th year in the business, I took not just making content more seriously, I took the content itself more seriously, which means like I hired professional videographers throughout, I had professional photo shoots. I started buying incredibly expensive suits. I'm currently wearing a $500 suit and I love it. It is kind of hot, I'm not gonna lie, but it's full cotton, so it's a little bit breathable. Getting off topic. So that's the point. I started, understanding marketing my 4th year. Like, it clicked what people want to see and how can I deliver it in a way that they actually will enjoy watching it. And making these vlogs, these YouTube videos, and studying what you guys watch, what you guys don't watch has helped me a ton. And then the questions, funny enough, when I'm on these coaching calls with agents, your questions help me out so much because then it forces me to tap into the brain that I didn't know I had and then give you advice, and then I turn around and I take the advice that I give you. So that was the 4th year. And all this leads me to today, which is about a week and a half into my 5th year as a real estate agent. And so far this year, both in 2021 and my 5th year, has been the most amazing start of any year I've ever had. And I have been doing the least amount of work. But yet every week I somehow keep getting a client. How is that possible, right? I don't even know. It baffles. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to get a client. And then the next day somebody messaged me on TikTok and then we have a buyer consultation this Saturday, right? Or I don't know where I'm going to get a client and then one of you knows about me and sends me a client. I don't know where I'm going to get a client and then somebody I went to high school with for like 4 years, and I totally forgot about messages me because he's been watching my videos. So it's like all coming together at once. I'm like, oh my God. So all the work I've been doing is almost like building on itself, right? First, like let's say you put the brick, like if you're building a house, right? You get the foundation, you still have no house. Put a bunch of bricks, you still have no house. You put the roof, you have a roof, you're secure now, but now you got to furnish the place and finish the interior, right? And until it's all done, that's when you realize, holy crap, I have a house. So right now, at this time, I am realizing, holy crap, I have a business and it's generating money every month, and enough money for me to actually pay all my taxes properly, put money aside, and even buy a house, right? And it's an incredible feeling when you know you can, when you do it yourself and you've been through as many trials and tribulations as I have. Folks, you guys know this. There's been about every 6 months, my account hits like zero, right? We're going to stop doing that, I promise. But I have gone up to these. This is like a roller coaster, you know, and I've been trying to figure out, how do I stop the roller coaster from happening? And I think I have. But not because of anything I did my 4th year. But it was just a collection, like who I became my 1st year, the hard work I did, knowing I have that ability, everything I learned my 2nd year, the mistakes I had to recover from for my 3rd year, and then the actions and the steps I took my 4th year resulted to where we are today. So allow me to tell you what the pipeline is looking like. So we already have 5 closed deals. I want to say, if I do the math, we're at 1.5 million in closings, I think. And we have a $460,000 sale that, God willing, will be closing in the next 2 weeks. So I'll have 6 sales under my belt in the first quarter of 2020. Actually, the first quarter is not even over yet. And then I have 19 active clients, like in the pipeline, that I have spoken to, that I know they're buying. We've done buyer consultations to, etc. All that is done. And then I don't even know how many people are in the future are going to be hitting me up. So I think this is going to be my breakout year. I feel it. I look like a top producing agent finally. And I feel like a top producing agent. And it's an incredible feeling because, you know, it's like built it from ground up. I built it from ground up and it just feels amazing. And to anybody out there, if you're a new real estate agent, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, whatever year you're in, if you're not getting the results you're looking for, just stay patient. This is my quote. No one can take this quote from me. You have to last long enough, survive long enough to thrive. That's it. So if business is down, figure out a way to survive. And then you will thrive. That's the 4th year recap. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I know it's a different tone. I kind of just wanted to bring it all full circle. And then in the 5th year, in about 12 months from now, we will come back and sit on this chair, maybe some nicer furniture, or maybe we'll do it in my new condo because I'm on the market, baby. And we will recap our 5th year. And I will document the whole process as always. Every single week, you guys get a vlog from me and some kind of educational video or like a documentary style video. And then as I grow, you guys can grow with me. You guys can learn with me. And that's the purpose of this channel. I'm not here to make bucks on you. I don't even offer any coaching. All of my calls are free. You know, I do this because it's fun. So let's get it going. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you. I think we're about to hit 6,000 if we haven't, which is, wow, incredible. Anyhow, thanks again and have a great day.